certainly appreciate that, Bill. Let me introduce the Executive Director of Actors Equity, who has, similar to what you just heard, absolutely more than demonstrated the solidarity that exists on Broadway among the theater unions. We have a common respect for all, and this gentleman has gone way, way beyond that to suggest that, you know what, this is about people. And I'm more than proud to introduce Brother John Connolly, Executive Director.
Thank you, Jim. First and foremost, I would like to take a moment to thank not only so many stagehands who have come here today, but also the significant number of musicians and lots of actors from our shows on Broadway who have come to hear the workers' side of this story. I'm really appreciative that you're here, everyone from chorus performers to Broadway stars and pit musicians, and our colleagues from Local 1 and the other unions as well. 100 years ago, everybody in the theater was regarded as riffraff. Signs in the restaurants, signs in the hotels. Theatricals and Irish need not apply. It took 100 years, but we formed unions in our industry and changed that. This is a profession. We are not riffraff. Whether you're moving a piece of scenery or controlling a sophisticated digital soundboard for a production, whether you're dancing or acting or moving wardrobe from one side of the stage to the other. This is a highly sophisticated, collaborative art that is peopled by professional workers from top to bottom. When you have an industry here in New York on Broadway where you jam tons and tons of 21st century technology into 19th century buildings, it takes skill, it takes courage, it takes consistency, and it takes professionalism and collaboration. And that's what makes the magic of the theater. The theaters are not the four walls on these many streets. The theaters are not the management offices. The theaters are not the advertisements in the New York Times. The theaters are the men and women who are here today, working with the audiences who come to see the work we do and participate in it. And along with President Claffey and Local 1 and the musicians and all the other workers on Broadway, we regret that these theaters are closed. We are sorry that we are not where we want to be, on stage, entertaining our audiences, 8 shows and more a week. That's what we do. That's what we live for. We didn't shut the theaters. We didn't make $100 ticket prices. We did not say it is our mission to refashion the economics of the theater industry. The employers did that. And while they were misquoting what actual wages of real people are in their news conference yesterday, I did not notice one single person in that news conference tell you how much they make. Producers make money if a show's a failure, because there's a fee. theater owners make money if it's a failure because there's rent. The people who lose are the investors if a show's a failure. And the best way to ensure that your investors will make their money back is to have the theaters open. And to get these theaters open and our people back on stage where they belong, and these men and women backstage where they belong, and the orchestras in the pit where they belong, is to sit down in an honorable fashion, as President Claffey has asked, and negotiate with honor. Not walk out of negotiations on October 10th and proclaim that you're going to impose your terms. That is not negotiation. I think it's remarkable here in the United States today that what seems weird to some people is that working people will actually stand up and defend themselves. I'm sorry, this is Broadway, it's not Walmart. And that's why this is happening. There is an attempt to radically transform the basis of work in this country, from north to south, from east to west, across the media, across the theater, in every industry. Workers are held in contempt. Workers are regarded as expendable, and that they should be grateful for whatever crumbs they get. And if your life is a life of part-time temporary work, tough. Why weren't you born rich? Well, that may have taken hold in parts of this country, but there's one thing remaining that we need to remind everybody. This is New York. There's 1.2 million union members in New York. New York is a union town, and New York is not going to back down. Let this be the beginning of a renewal of people's understanding that working people have a right to defend themselves. And God willing, we'll have the power to do so. Thank you.